You've got Y'all Access with me, Kelly Sutton, and it's finally out. We are so excited. We have the new Kelsea Ballerini album, Patterns. Yay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This has been a long time coming.
It feels like it's longer than it has been, just because, I don't know, it took me so long to figure out where to start on this album. And then, you turn it in like 2 months, three months before it comes out, and then it's not yours anymore. But then it's not really anyone else's yet. So it's just like that weird holding pattern. So,
where's my baby? Is anybody watching it? Is anybody taking care of my child?
Like, who has it? Is there like a streaming link? Are people listening to it? Is it leaked? I don't know.
I don't know what's happening. Yeah. Okay, so the last time you were here, we were talking about the duet with Noah.
Yeah.
You told us that you had the album finished.
Yeah.
And you told us how many songs there were. And then literally like a week later, I saw on Instagram, you're like, I changed everything.
I did.
What did you change?
I changed the name of the album.
Oh, wait, back up. What was the name going to be?
It was going to be called Did You Make It Home? Which I loved so much. And then I was doing all my Hail Mary rights. It was like the just in case there's anything left in the tank, you know?
Yeah.
And I wrote 4 songs that made the album in the last sprint. And Patterns was one. And as I was listening to it, I knew it was important for the record, but it kind of felt like every Pillar song fit that theme. Like thematically, it made more sense.
Yeah.
So I put that as track 1, and then I redid the whole track list to make it make sense with Patterns, and make it like tell the story, chronologically and emotionally. And then, so album title, sequence, and 4 new songs is what happened very last minute. How very Virgo of me. Everyone was so over me. Like the label, Elisa, my producer, they're like, Kelsey, give it a rest. I'm like, I can't.
But you know what? That's the thing. Like, thank goodness that you have a strong enough intuition and you trust your gut, because it would have been really easy to be like, I'll just shelve these for next time.
True. Very true. It's really important to me to make an actual record, not just like 14 songs that I love, but like something that fits together like a puzzle. And if you listen to it track 1 to track 14, you're getting a story. Like you're going through a journey. And so I had to get that last little bit in there. I did.
I'm so happy you did. Okay, people might expect, because you're in a relationship and y'all are happy, that this is just going to be love song after love song, but there's some drama and some heartbreak, so we're happy about that.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that flow as well. Easier now to write a heartbreak song?
I've always really loved writing emotionally complex songs more so than happy songs. It's very hard for me to write happy songs. And that's why on every album there's way more distraughtness than there is just bliss. It's just kind of where I live. Even though I'm actually really happy most of the time. But this record, I knew that people expected me to kind of 180 from Welcome Mat and go very happy. And although I am very happy, I feel like, getting into a relationship when you're in your 30s and you're both coming in as adults that have a lot of history, and whether it's, it starts with your family and your upbringing and then all your previous relationships, and then you're coming together, there's a lot to sort through, and then add 2 big lives on top of it. And, that's amplified. And so I really wanted to be honest, because Welcome Mat taught me that I had to be. That's what works. And so I was, and I'm really grateful that I have a partner that really was supportive of that, because I think to get to the place that we are now, which is like truly teammates in a unit, it took us like weaving through a lot of looking at our patterns of ourselves and how we show up in relationships. And it's interesting, like, although this record does kind of zoom into my relationship, it's not the point, like I really hope people can not like go like this to it and just put their own stories on top of it. But I am proud of the truth telling that it has.
I love that. I have so many more questions, but I know we have limited time, so I will shelve those and save those for a later date. There's a lot of internet discussion about your song, 2 Things. Do you want to set the record straight? Who is this song about?
2 Things is a story about, well, first of all, 2 things can be true is a phrase that my therapist, like 5 years ago, told me. And you know how sometimes your therapist they'll just drop one little nugget and you're like, this makes everything make sense.
Right, so right.
That thing for me where I was like, because I love answers. I love clarity. I need things to make sense. And her telling me that was her saying, like, the answer sometimes lies within several different things. Like, you can feel several different things at the same time. You can be happy and sad at the same time. All these things can exist and give it all space. And so that really helped me. And I've said it for years. And one of the moments that I was talking about earlier in the record of, like, the relationship part of the record is this, you know, it's about this fight that was kind of this crossroads moment of, like, are we going to be able to go from fighting with to fighting for? And those are patterns that I'm bringing in, and also maybe the other person as well. And so it was this moment of, like, am I going to keep having this, like, push and pull of, you know, runner, chaser, pursuer, all this stuff, the love, the hate, or am I just going to find some, like, peace? And can I allow myself to do that? And so that's what the song's about.
I love that. Okay, we're playing it right now on Y'all Access. Yay. 2 Things from Kelsea Ballerini. This is the show that gets you inside country music. And Tuesday, producer Jay, myself, and Amber are hopping on a plane, and we are coming to NYC to see Kelsea Ballerini at Madison Square Garden.
That's silly.
I'm so excited for you. The moment that you announced it, we all looked at each other and we're like, we're going, right? We're going? Okay, we're all going. Tell us about that announcement, the fact that it sold out. Like, how are you feeling about all this?
You know, I'm pretty gutsy. Like, I like to do things and, like, swing for the fences and just go for it.
Yep.
But to put up MSG, which is only my second headlining arena show ever, off of an album that wasn't out yet, I was like, can we pull this off? And it did work. And I think not being on the road this year, not having that connection and that litmus test of, like, is this music connecting? Do people care? You know, like, and just seeing it sell out like that, and it made me very excited. I will be very nervous, but I am just knee deep in rehearsals right now, and it's gonna be a show.
Have you ever seen a show there? You've never played there, right?
I've never played there, not even as an opener, which is crazy because I feel like that's, like, the only arena somehow that I haven't touched. But yeah, I saw Harry Styles there, girl. I saw SZA there. Yeah, so I've been there enough to get the feeling of the room.
Well, that's fun though, because you can be like, I remember when he did this and he worked this corner, and yeah. Oh, and it's like you get to build all of it.
Yeah, it's a brand new show, brand new music. I mean, the production, everything's new. It's all new. So I will be just counting in my head the whole time.
Ching,
walk
ching.
here, verse here.
It's such a bucket list venue for so many different artists. And last year, you got to play your hometown arena, Thompson Bowling.
Yeah.
Give us the insight into saying, I'm ready for Madison Square Garden. Did you say those words? Did someone say them to you?
I've always wanted to get to arenas. Like, that's always been my goal. When I first signed my record deal, actually, Gordon Kerr, the label head, he was like, what's your goal? And I was like, I want to come up on a hydraulic lift in an arena. And that sounds so silly saying that now, but I would study tour DVDs and I would go to every show that I could in Knoxville and Nashville. And that moment to me was always just this, like, iconic moment. And I also know that, like, there's not a lot of women in country music that have gotten to graduate to that. And so I knew that I couldn't do it too soon, because if I did it too soon and I failed, that would be not good.
Right.
For me and just in general. And so I feel like I've been really patient, and I feel like I've done all the steps, every step, for 10 years. And I think it's finally the right time.
So this is the kickoff to the big tour.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Baby's first big tour. Woo! Yeah, I'm really excited. And MSG and the tour will favor each other, but they will be different shows. And even that's been so fun to just, like, create these 2 different moments. But it's what I've always dreamed of. I mean, it's all the bells, all the whistles, really musical, really visual. Yeah, I'm really excited.
I'm so excited for you. We're going to play one more song off the album. What do you want us to play?
Oh my gosh.
Pick anything.
Okay, well, if you played 2 Things, that's kind of slower, so maybe we do Baggage.
Oh, tell me about it.
Baggage is a song that I actually started by myself, and it was a ballad, and I brought it into the girls, and we made it this like really fun up-tempo sing-along. And basically it's this moment of surrendering to the fact that like, all right, I'm coming in with all this baggage. We all know what it is. Here I am. I'm okay with it. If you're okay with it, I would love that because I would really love to move in. And it's just surrendering to that and being kind of proud of it too, like not wearing it as a scar, just being like, this is who I am. And if you love me, I really love that. Let's do this thing.
I love it. Baggage right now on Y'all Access. We love you, Kelsey.
Love you.
Coming in, double nominee, CMA.
Yay.
How are we feeling?
Oh, double nominee sounds so fun. That's so nice.
Isn't that nice?
I'm excited. You know, I love Cowboys Cry Too so much, and I feel like a lot of my songs, it's a slow burn, and I'm used to that, and I'm cool with it. But you really hope that like when it comes to the award circuit, that people that really love music and listen to the songwriting and all that they hear that in it, and I feel very proud that everyone did. And so I'm excited to bring it to life.